When you picture the Buddha, what do you see? Most of us see this, a figure of profound peace, serene, calm, even joyful. So here is a paradox. Why would a person who embodies such deep contentment begin his entire teaching with the word suffering? It's one of the biggest misconceptions about Buddhism that it's a pessimistic, life-denying philosophy obsessed with misery. But what if that's completely wrong? What if the Buddha's first teaching wasn't a judgment about the world, but rather a compassionate diagnosis for the human heart, a diagnosis that contains within it the clear promise of a cure? Today we're going to the very heart of the Buddha's teaching, to the first sermon he ever gave after his enlightenment. It's the foundation upon which everything else is built. It's called the Four Noble Truths. Now, the word truth here doesn't mean a dogma you must believe. In the original Pali language, the word is Ariya Sachani. It's better understood as the four realities known by the Noble Ones. Think of it this way. The Buddha is not a prophet demanding faith. He is a physician, a doctor for the mind. And these four truths are his clear, logical, and ultimately hopeful method for healing. Let's walk through this diagnosis together. The Buddha's framework is a masterclass in clarity. First, the diagnosis, the truth of dukkha. The first noble truth is the reality of dukkha. This is often translated as suffering, but that word is too heavy. It's not just about tragedy or intense pain. Dukkha is the pervasive underlying friction of life. It's that subtle feeling of unsatisfactoriness. It's the anxiety you feel while waiting for an important email. It's the slight disappointment when a wonderful vacation ends. It's the stress of trying to hold on to things, a job, a relationship, even your own youth, in a world where everything is constantly changing. The Buddha is simply saying, I see you are experiencing a state of dis-ease. Let's acknowledge it without fear or judgment. Second, the cause, the truth of samudaya. The second noble truth identifies the cause of this dis-ease. The cause, the Buddha said, is Taṇhā, which means thirst, craving, or grasping. It's the engine of our restlessness. This thirst takes three main forms. The craving for sense pleasures, that new phone, that tasty food, that feeling of comfort. The craving to become something, to be successful, to be loved, to be seen as important. And the craving to get rid of something, the urge to push away unpleasant feelings, difficult people, or painful situations. This craving is the flame that creates the heat of dukkha. The doctor has found the source of the illness. Third, the prognosis, the truth of Nirvāṇa. The third noble truth is the good news, the prognosis. It's the truth of cessation. The Buddha says that if the cause of the illness is craving, then the cure is to let go of that craving. When that restless thirst ceases, so does the dis-ease. This state of cessation is called Nirvāṇa. It's not a heaven you go to after you die. Thich Nhat Hanh reminds us, it is the extinguishing of the flames of greed, hatred, and delusion. It is a state of profound peace, freedom, and clarity that is available to us in this very life. The doctor is telling us a complete recovery is possible. Fourth, the prescription, the path to healing. It's called the Noble Eightfold Path. This is the practical, step-by-step treatment plan. It's a path of cultivating wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. It's the medicine we take to cure the illness. We won't unpack the entire path today, but just know that the doctor doesn't leave us with a diagnosis and no cure. He gives us the complete, practical guide to achieving lasting well-being. So you see the elegant structure, the illness, the cause, the possibility of a cure, and the medicine. It's a message not of despair, but of radical empowerment. So what does a 2,600-year-old diagnosis have to do with your life today? Everything. That feeling of dukkha, it's the low-grade anxiety of doom scrolling through your news feed. It's the compare and despair we feel on social media. That taṇhā, that thirst, it's the engine of our consumer culture, the constant pressure to want more, upgrade now, and never be satisfied with what you have. It's the relentless grasping for likes, for validation, for the next hit of dopamine. The Four Noble Truths give us a lens to see our modern discontent not as a personal failure, but as a predictable outcome of a mind caught in the habit of grasping. It gives us the power to stop blaming our jobs, our partners, or the world for our unhappiness, and to start looking at the one place we can actually make a change, our own mind. To make this real, let's try a small practice. It's simple. For the next 24 hours, just notice the arising of thirst. Don't judge it, don't suppress it, just observe it. When you reach for your phone, pause for 1 second and ask, what am I thirsty for right now? Connection? Distraction? Validation? When you feel a pang of irritation in traffic, notice the thought, I want this to be different. When you see an ad and feel a desire, just label it in your mind. Ah, this is thirst. The goal isn't to stop wanting. The goal is simply to become aware of the process, to see for yourself how the second noble truth operates in your own life moment to moment. The Four Noble Truths are not a depressing condemnation of life. They are the most hopeful and practical of teachings. They are a loving parent saying, my child, your hand is on a hot stove. I can see the cause of your pain, and I can show you how to pull it away and heal. The Buddha's message is one of profound optimism. It's a declaration that freedom from our self-imposed stress is possible, and here is the path to walk. If you feel comfortable, share one small moment from your practice in the comments. What did you notice? By sharing, we learn from each other on this path. Thank you for joining us on the Mindful Compass. In our next episode, we will take the first step on the doctor's prescribed path and explore the first element of the Noble Eightfold Path. Until then, be well.